So here we are then, it is episode 12 of season 2 of this Kilmarnock journey. It's FIFA 20 career mode, it's 1920 gaming. Thanks for everybody being here again. And today's episode is going to be the end of the January transfer window. And for those of you who was around for that video, you know that we made a whopping £12 million from the episode before from player sales. We had some big games against Aberdeen, against St Mirren, Livingston as well, I believe. And also we rounded the episode out with a good game against Celtic. So that's brought us up to this point. Obviously, you know that we've been visited from above if you've been around from that, for those episodes as well, which by the way are all up on the channel right now, so it might be worth going to watch them to make sense of all this. But yeah, we got visited from above, told a few instructions that obviously we had to go and get done. So that was what prompted the player sales. And now with just a week left in January, we can go ahead and spend some money if there's any left. One thing that I do want to touch on is that we have started building the youth academy once again. We're now 2/3 of the way through, so that has pulled us back on track with that. If we can just get the final bit done, we can then open it next season. If not, it's going to be January next season. Also, we need to go now and start looking at building up this scouting network. That was another thing that they were really hot on in that meeting from the boardroom. So yeah, we're going to gamble. We're going to get rid of the guy that we've got now because we're not currently scouting anyone anyway. And bang, there you go. That is exactly what we wanted to see. We can now upgrade our first and main scout. And we've got another one now we can go and get as well. And there is actually a third, but it looks at the moment like we're not going to be able to afford him. Maybe we can go and have a look, see if we've got the money in the bank if we move the budget over maybe. It's 3.6 million, was it? Or 3.5 million for that scout. If that is the case, obviously we're not going to be able to grab him just yet. And that is definitely the case. We can't get him yet, guys, but just as simple as that and as quick as that, we've now managed to pull ourselves back on track with the youth academy, and we've improved our scouting network as well, which was exactly the brief we were given. So yeah, that's good. I thought it was going to be a bit of a major issue in the last episode, but it's proven not to be the case. And we're now going to be left with a bit of money left over to maybe go and have a look at some other players as well. So yeah, we're actually gone from what seemed to be quite a bad place in the last episode off the pitch. We're in a really good one now. Yes, we've lost some players, of course, and that is never ideal. But yeah, to turn it around so quickly is a major bonus. And yeah, we're going to have a youth academy very soon, hopefully. And that will allow us to then, instead of looking at these free agents, just bring some up of our own where we know the potential as well as the overall. And we can start building some nice, a nice young squad. The next generation, maybe, all things good like that. So yeah, we're in a good place at the moment. It's not looking like there's anyone that we can actually get off the free agents list. Just looking down at the minute, and there's not really anyone that catches my eye. Obviously, we want them to be young if we're going to invest in them, or we want them to be absolutely 100% ready to go in the squad straight away. Any of them two things really, but they've got to at least have a generic face. I really don't like those little grey them things next to him. It just doesn't look great. So yeah, we want the players to at least have some semblance of humanity behind them. And yeah, at the moment, unfortunately, nobody is ticking any boxes for me, so we're probably going to leave looking at these free agents just there, to be honest, and start moving towards this Hearts game that we've got coming up, which also means that we're going to be right on the cusp of the end of the transfer window, as you can see there. And we all know by now, deadline day is just following the Hearts game. So, yeah, I'm hoping Hearts are 6th in the league. And for some reason, I said it from season 1, we always seem to struggle more against Hearts and Motherwell than anybody else. Probably these days, that includes Rangers as well. Obviously Celtic's always going to be a tough game, but out of the rest of them, it's Hearts and Motherwell that some reason seem to be the toughest ones. And after this, we've got games against St Mirren, Aberdeen and Motherwell, which we'll probably try and get through in some form or another before the end of this episode. Even if it's just highlights of those games, we already have played a lot of them teams just recently, so if we can do that, then we can come back in the next episode for the big Ajax game. That would be ideal, and yeah, that's probably the idea, to be honest. But this Hearts game, first of all, we've got to get through this. We need 3 points, definitely. We've got to keep winning, keep that 9 points gap ahead of Celtic. And like I said, that's not a given. It is always a struggle against these, so yeah, I'd just take the points today. That would be great. Especially being at home where we've still not dropped a game yet. So yeah, we've got everything pointing our way for this one. But it is obviously football, and it doesn't mean that it's a given. We're going to line up today with our strongest lineup. I don't see any reason not to. So we'll be in our 4-2-3-1 shape. We've got Robinson, Akore, Valenzuela and O'Donnell at the back. Yearwood and Tonali are going to sit in front of those, and we've got Hazard, Ince, Thomas as the 3 behind the striker, who is going to be Parrott. Unfortunately, we can't look at who's going to be in the Hearts team for this undefined reason, which is really, really annoying. We can't tell if they've made any new signings or anything like that, but we'll get on with it. We can only work with what we've got, and today, yeah, I'd like a good performance, but I would definitely settle just for the 3 points at this point. Aberdeen, the game after, is probably one where I would favour. Oh god, that's a bad giveaway already, but he has got it straight back, to be fair there, O'Donnell. Yeah, Aberdeen's the one where we'd be looking for the good performance. We always seem to play well against those guys. Hazard's in here straight away though as we get into the action. We unfortunately couldn't find the final ball there, but we've broken behind them already, so that's definitely a good sign as we're looking complete control at the moment. We are moving the ball around nicely, have been for the first 5 minutes. We tried Yearwood there, just went for the straight drive past his man, but unfortunately couldn't manage to do so. And Hearts come away with the ball. Valenzuela there looks in control of the situation, but he has got turned inside out. To be fair, that's good play from Hearts, and our man there at the back post, O'Donnell, just heads it clear. A little bit of encouragement there for Hearts in the first 10 minutes. They've not seen much of the ball, but they were really direct with it on that counter and did manage to get not a chance as such, but yeah, they didn't do anything with the corner either. And we could actually break here with Hazard, because I don't fancy the man catching him. Oh, that's brilliant from him as well to leap that sliding tackle. He's got to score now. He doesn't. It is a good save from the keeper, but what a break from Hazard. He's really starting to settle into this team at the moment. He's done really, really well there. He's on the opposite wing to what he's used to. Forces the save from the keeper, which is good. And then there's a clearance off the line as well from the resulting corner. Yeah, it just shows we are actually in real control of this at the minute. Even when they come forward and get a set piece, we're really dangerous on the counter. This first 11 is starting for this level to look like it could be almost the finished article. We've cut that out nicely there as well. But yeah, we'll see in Europe whereabouts we actually are with that game against Ajax, because that's probably going to be the toughest test this season. I'm quite surprised that they're not still in the Champions League, so yeah, it's going to be a real tough test, that one. And Hazard could be in again here at the moment. It was a good ball to him, he just couldn't shake his man this time. and the keeper just absolutely whacks that clear, but it turns out to be probably going to be the pass of the game. That was unreal from him there, and they've worked this nicely as well. Oh, he skipped through his man so easily there, and we are actually 1-0 down. Wow, from a goal kick, just one straight long ball up the pitch, and there was right in behind the defence. The defending there was absolutely terrible, which is not something that we can say a lot of this season. But the guy there skipped round his defender so easily, and once he's got him behind, he's got so many options. He can pass, shoot, or pretty much do whatever he wants, and that is actually quite a blow, because I think we've been the better team in the first part of this game. But yeah, we've got it all to do now. Again, it's that thing against Hearts. Oh, Hazard's done brilliantly there, but again, he can't find that final ball. They pass it out from us now and start to build again, but they really haven't done anything. That was their first attack of any real note, and they're 1-0 up. But we could be right back in here already with Parrott. We are. Once he got into that position, there was only one outcome. He stuck the ball away nicely, and we were on it behind for a few minutes. Managed to finally cut a pass through, cut them be open, get in behind, and once we did that, Parrott was never ever gonna miss. Inch just waited here, perfect weight on the ball. Parrott's just passed it past the keeper, and it is now 1-1. And from that point onwards, guys, all the way up to the hour point here, we've continued to just dominate this match. If I'm being completely honest, we've not created all that much. We've had a lot of the ball, but it's been a lot in midfield and around the edge of the box without really causing too many problems. Every now and again we'll turn it over and Hearts will try and build something, but in the main, just like there, we've managed to deal with it quite easily, to be honest. It's just this bit, it's doing something when we get the ball back ourselves, but this time actually we've got men all over the place here. We have got an overload on them, but can we do anything with it? We've took too long, really. Again, Tonali now on the edge of the box, lines one up, and he's banged it in as well. Nice goal, that one. We don't score many from outside the box, as anyone who's watched these videos will know. But that was nice from Tonali there. It was always tempting to go with power, but this time he doesn't. He passes it into that corner, and it's a good finish actually. I thought the chance had gone. He just starts creeping in towards the edge of the box, arrives late. He's bent it in, and that is actually once again relief. It's his 7th of the season, so his numbers are gonna be quite impressive from midfield by the looks of it. We don't often, the way that we set up, let him go too far forward. So yeah, 7 from a defensive midfield position is really not that bad. We don't need to be conceding straight away here, guys. Friggin' hell, that was a good shot and a good save from the keeper. And we almost get it away. I was going to say get it down the line, but it was blocked. And we can start to we don't need to force anything now, just keep control of this game, and we get the points that we wanted. Not long to go in this one now, just another 5 minutes and injury time left, and it has been more of the same. We've just had a lot of possession, and yeah, we've not really created all that much with it, but obviously having the advantage at the minute, that's not as much of an issue as it was earlier. Hearts here, what is going on in this box? Just get the ball. I was going to say get the ball away, and before I could even finish saying that, it is in the back of the net. It's just ping-ponging around here. There's players falling about everywhere. Try to get it out of play. It's hit there forward, who's then gone and smacked it in, and is there now going to be time to go and get a winner? Oh, that's really disappointing. Again, it's Hearts and Motherwell. There's just something about these two teams. Parrott's done well there. We've just got to now. This is probably going to be our last attack. There's not a lot of injury time left either. Ince has done well there though. Parrott now, and Parrott's won it. Get in there. Didn't see that coming. I didn't think there was going to be enough time. That is a huge, huge goal. And what a moment in the season that one could turn out to be. I really thought we'd mess this one up. He's just held his man off, just put it in. It's not the greatest finish in the world, but my God, after we've just given away the lead, we go straight back up the pitch and get it back. And wow, what an ending to the game that was, to keep us probably still just 9 points clear of Celtic. But wow, did not see that coming at all. It's a great goal. They scored earlier to take the lead. Parrott goes down the pitch, gets the equaliser. They get the equaliser at the end. Parrott goes down the pitch, gets the winner. Oh my God, what a performance. What a game that turned out to be in the end. It was dull for big parts, but that was a very, very dramatic ending. And now we'll just take a look at the squad after that game. Just wondering, because we do, as you know, have some money left. And we're going into deadline day now. So, yeah, it's just wondering, obviously, what we need. And straight away, I see we don't have a sub-goalkeeper. We don't have a centre-back. And we could probably do with another cam as well. So we'll go over into the transfer list and just have a look what we've got on the shortlist. And straight away here I can see that we've got Butland, who is available, I believe, on a free, which he is. If he comes in though, he's probably going to want the first place off our young goalkeeper, and I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. He's been good for us in the last couple of games, but it is really dodgy only having one goalkeeper at the club, and we can't promote one from the youth academy at the moment because, as we know, that is closed. Just saw a little email there from Dicker saying he's going to need more football, or he's thankful for being put back in the team. It was one of the two. But yeah, this guy here, does he deserve to be dropped? For Butland to come in, I don't know if he does, to be honest. And Butland, of course, being playing in England, being in the Premier League, being England #1, is probably going to want a decent wage there as well. But I just don't like having the one goalkeeper at the club. If something happens to him, or even if he goes on internationals, we would be royally screwed. So we are going to make an offer for Butland. If I don't like what he's asking, then I won't do it and we'll look for another keeper. But it's kind of a household name, this one, from back in the day. He's not the typical young signing that we're making. He wants crucial. I thought that he would. He only wants 2 years, so we're going to go for the 3. We don't want a release clause, of course. And now it's down to his wage. 14 is a lot higher than any other player in the club at the moment. We've now managed to shrink our wage bill, and there's no one even in double figures. So if Butland wants to sign, he's going to have to conform to that as well. We'll offer him a bit more in his signing on bonus and see how we get on there. What do you reckon? Will he accept? He's nodding yes, but it's his agent really that's going to make the decision, and the agent is saying no. So again, we'll try something else. We're not paying double figures for him in wage, guys, and I'm not willing to go much further in this signing on bonus either. So we've upped it a little bit, see what we get there. He's come down by another 1,000, but again, we're just not. Shall we try 9.5 maybe? I don't know. Let's just see what happens with this one first. 500,000 we've offered him as a signing on bonus now. Are we anywhere even close to him dropping, do you reckon? 10.5. I reckon we go 9.5 this time, and we meet in the middle maybe. And keep the signing bonus the same, probably. Yeah, we'll try that. if he's willing to do that, that's cool, and he is willing to do it as well. So from next season, we're going to have Jack Butland in goal for us, and that's took care of the goalkeeper position. Now it's on to centre backs. There's a few on this list, but I think there's one or maybe two, if I remember rightly, that were able to sign on a free. We got Tarun Ariga, and we've got this guy here. I'm just looking at the stars because obviously we can't scout them now. It's far too late for that. And the other guy has got a lot more to offer than Tarun Ariga. In terms of what he's good at, he's also got a better weak foot. So I think we're going to go for him first, because I imagine also he's going to have much less of a wage. And of course we need to keep things realistic still with that wage bill. We don't want to go out and just spend. We've not done that so far. We're still not in the Champions League yet, so we cannot afford to be doing that. And he's willing to accept a rotation, which is excellent, really. We've got to also keep in mind with the defenders, guys, that Okore is starting to reach that point where we might have to get rid of him soon, before he starts declining. So this will be useful for that as well. And this time he's offered money. I'm actually quite happy with all of that except for the clean sheet bonus. So we'll see if he goes for that straight away. What are you saying, mate? Come on, you know you want to accept that. And there you go. He's come from the MLS and he's going to be playing in the Europa League this season. Actually, no, he won't. Maybe next season though, or even the Champions League. Who knows? So that is now centre back. I'm covered off as well. I'm still kind of tempted with Tarun Ariga. The fact that he's left-footed, and we've got rid of Finley, who was left-footed in that central defensive partnership, makes me think that maybe, just maybe, but we need a midfielder first. Midfielder / cam. And at the moment, Besic is the only one who's looking like we can get him on a free. So it looks like we're going to be going for Besic. I mean, he wasn't too expensive, but I'm not looking to spend any money at all if I can help it at the moment. Obviously, we've still got more development club-wise to get done. So we're going to go for Besic here. Be a good player to have in the team. I'm just hoping, because he's coming from Everton, that he doesn't demand a crucial role straight away. Maybe rotation important I could deal with, but above Yearwood and Tonali, mate, I don't see that happening. I was worried that was going to be the case. It turned out to be the case, so we're not going to be getting Besic. Is there anyone else that could take his place? Maybe. Lewis Cook has, I believe, only just moved because he's in a Torino kit. Again, don't really want to be spending our money on transfer fees this season. I mean, he's only 18. He's got the flair trait as well. As well as, I think that's the playmaker one, isn't it? The puppet strings. But his stats are all round decent. He's a very solid player, but I just don't want to spend anything at the moment. We got Ito here. Of course, we had the other Ito at Warsaw. And he looks just as good. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. He's a left footer. We got Rolando Aarons as well, but I don't think any of those were free. He's still not free. I would love to have him because I still want the squad to be full of leaders. We've not managed to do anything about that yet, but yeah, I would like to have him. And all these guys that we've got to buy, I want to be getting a scout report first. There's one here that we could get for free. And his acceleration, sprint speed, agility, all that looks good. He's solid 3-star. So maybe we could get him. I would like to get Colenius, but again, I think we've got to pay a transfer fee for him. So again, we'll probably end up just waiting for the scout report for him. even if it means we can't get him straight away. Patience is key. We might just go for Cruz. I can't see anybody else. I'd love to get Ansu Fati, I really would. And St. Maximin would be a good signing as well. Kent's probably never going to leave Rangers, so as much as I want him, I don't think we'll be able to get him. And all these other players here, I mean, we could go for Connor Wickham. He's in the mould. Cameron's already, in the mould of him. So, do we really want an older version? I'm not too sure, because he, coming from the Premier League, we saw what happened with Besic. We probably want crucial first team anyway. But for now, we're going to go for Cruz. Of course, all of these are gambles at the moment. Again, he's happy with rotation. That's good. We just need really to replace the numbers that we've lost, and if we means we sell these guys, they're all coming in for free, so it'll be a money making exercise at the very least. He's gone for the 4 years there, even though we wanted 5, and of course he's not offered a wage, but being rotation, I feel like we can offer him. Who was it that had the rotation earlier? We paid a similar sort of wage, and as you can see, that means we were in the ballpark. And I'm happy to pay him $2,000 a week if he's willing to accept that. That's fine. Which, of course, he's not. We'll offer him 1.8 then. Now he's come down to the $2,000. That's absolutely fine. And that is probably, guys, our transfer business done in this episode. We did it all at the very beginning of deadline day, just so if anything was to come, we can respond to it. We'd have plenty of time, like offers coming in for other players or whatever. Still stuck on this Torunariga one, guys. I'm not sure whether to do it or not. I'm just thinking that when Akore goes, we're going to be light in defence again. I have heard this guy's name. I've not seen him play. I've not had him in a FIFA before, but his name is really familiar, which makes me think he's probably a really good player. Again, he wants to come in straight away. I'm not having that at the moment, so yeah, we're going to leave Torunariga as well. We'll deal with this Dicker email that's been on in the inbox for a while now. And we'll start moving through deadline day. We're probably going to get through it pretty quick, I would imagine, since we've just done all of our business. Celtic there at the moment, not bought anyone in, but have let somebody go. It's quite interesting to see what they're up to, considering they're still pushing us at the moment. We have got an email come through here now, and it's actually a transfer offer for Dicker, who is in decline, has been in decline for some time. He's one of the originals, and I don't really want to let him go for that reason, and probably only that reason, if I'm being honest, because he's never going to get in above Tonali now, and we should probably cash in on him. So we have gone in and accepted that deal from West Brom, and we'll see what happens with that. I imagine that he will go. But then again, we are a European club this season, so he may not. We'll just have to wait and see on that one, really. No, he has gone, so that's another $500,000 into the pot, and I'm just thinking that I've made a major balls up here, because all of the players we have just signed are actually now gonna be coming in next season and not straight away. It is always bad when I play this game towards the end of the night and my concentration's gone, and that means we're probably, now Dicker's gone as well, some nice growth there from our young Spanish midfielder who's been getting a few games lately. Yeah, I'm just now thinking how threadbare is our squad. Milan is not going out on loan because we're really strapped for players at the moment. And I'm thinking those free agents that we were looking at earlier, we're probably going to end up having to go and look at them again now. we've got a really good gap to Celtic at the moment. As you can see, it is still at the 9-point phase. But if we go into the squad here, yeah, it is exactly as I was thinking. We've got no reserves, so if anyone gets injured, gets called up to the internationals or anything like that, we're now going to end up forfeiting games. I cannot believe I've just made a mistake that big. So to cover us off from that, we're going to have to go and pick up some free agents. We have got a few scouted, obviously, as you know from before, and we're probably going to have to go and pick them up now, guys, and fix that massive mistake that I've just made. So I have done that. We've bought in a couple just to cover us off from that. We may even use them in cup games depending who we draw, or indeed Europa League games depending how the first legs of games go, or if we even get past Ajax. Kind of really excited for that game, but at the same time really anxious. Before we even think about that though, we've still got St Mirren to get through. We've also got a couple of more. I think it was Aberdeen and Motherwell, wasn't it, that we wanted to get through. So we can't be thinking about Ajax and looking past these games. Obviously that's how mistakes happen. We almost got caught out, as you know, by Hearts in the last game. So yeah, we've got to stay focused on these ones. We cannot afford to let Celtic back in at any point. So if we do, I just checked the St Mirren, Aberdeen and Hearts, even if it is because the video's getting on a bit already, as highlight packages, then we can indeed come back for Ajax, and that's just the confirmation of what we're going to be looking to do there. So yeah, we'll get through these, which will round out the episode, and then we'll come back for that first leg away at Ajax, the big one, guys. But for now, let's get into this St Mirren one. We're going to go with the full strength squad, because why not? It's not that tired, as you can see there, and we will just jump in now and see how we get on. And so it was a great start to the game. If you'd have saw that goal live, it was beautiful. One touch football, back heels, we got an overload, we got a man over in the centre of the pitch of all places, and the game started really well. And again, we're in here, and it ends up being 2-0 quite early on. And yeah, we absolutely dominated. The game was going according to plan, especially in the first half. We were just opening them up at will. Parrott here takes this one on, and unfortunately is just wide. My money was on him to score there, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, just couldn't manage it. This was a great little through ball here, and look at this for a save. Just sticks his toe out. It's very rare to see a keeper doing that, at least in my career modes on FIFA. I felt for sure it would be 2-1 there, but no, the keeper's made a blinding save. And then this one gets whacked straight at him, and it goes just wide. So at the moment we're still 2-0 up, and that was probably their moments in the game. We did completely control this one. Ince this time has a hit at goal, but it goes flying straight over the bar, which is unusual for him this season, especially the kind of form he's been in. St Mirren then start pushing on and pushing on. This guy here gets a lot of room in the box, which I'm not too happy about. I didn't really notice that until just. And then here we go, from 2-0 up, it is 2-1 because he scuffs his shot wide. So all in all, as was expected, we played well, got the win. And then we move on to Aberdeen, and there we have the first goal from Thomas almost immediately. This game wasn't actually what I was expecting. Aberdeen had a really good goal in this one. It made it a really difficult game. Again, it was one that was played late at night, and my best gaming hours had gone behind me. I just wanted to get all these games in so we could come back for Ajax. And instead of enjoyment, for the first time, another great save there from the keeper. It felt more a bit of a grind, like I was tired. not able to concentrate as much as I would have liked, and I felt like I was doing more harm than good to the season at the moment. As by now you will know, normally against Aberdeen we just play really, really well. But it wasn't the case this time. I was really feeling it, and you can just see all the highlights at all Aberdeen at the moment. They were all over us for the biggest time, and then Parrott there smacks one and it goes wide. And that would be a 2-1 win for us. For some reason it didn't show the first goal again. Sorry about that, guys. I've only just realised that as I'm watching it back with you myself now. So then we move on into Motherwell, and we started okay. Unlucky that from Tonali, but as you can see, the goalkeeper there probably has it covered, if we're being honest. And then we get a little bit of magic there, nice turn, but unfortunately Cameron can't get the shot off. This game was like the Aberdeen one, and it is what I come to expect from Motherwell and Hearts. Both of them in this episode living up to their reputation as really hard to play against. As Tonali takes that shot there, he just gets a nudge in the back, putting him off balance. And it would be a 0-0 goes. We don't get many of them, do we? It was a really tough, hard game, that one. Again, as I expected. But unfortunately, that has indeed let Celtic back in, and they're now just 7 points behind us. We've decided to take the press conference here just to see if we get any different questions, since we didn't win for a change. But they still ask about the unbeaten run. That's getting to become a really annoying question now, if I'm honest. And yeah, of course, this was a really tight game today. It was very, very difficult, as expected. And yeah, I'm disappointed that we didn't get the win, of course. But yeah, we didn't deserve it on the day, definitely not. And then we get asked whether we went into this game looking for a goalless draw. I mean, what kind of a question is that? Of course not. We do want to win each and every game. That's what we set out to do. We want to play well. We want to bang goals in left, right and centre. That is always the aim. But now we're going to leave the episode here. As you can see, we'll take the training actually. We're building up to the Ajax game now. That's where we planned to leave it, so that's probably where we will leave it. Wilson obviously wants to be playing in this game and more games, and to be fair, he's a good player to have in the squad, especially while we're short on numbers, so somewhere we're going to have to get him some football. The Ajax game, there's a lot of things to consider at the moment with that one. Yes, it's knockouts now, so do I still want to be playing the second team like I did all the way through? Can we even do that now? Do we have the players? So yeah, there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of thought got to go into that one, so it is definitely worth leaving that one right here. We may take the press conference actually, but, as obviously that's out the way then, and then as we kick the new episode off, we'll be ready to jump pretty much straight into the game. And what questions are we going to get asked here? This is our first European knockout press conference, and our team is going up against Ajax. They have a very strong squad. Is this putting pressure on us? This is a good game to learn a lot about the team, about where we are in our development at the moment, about how far we would be off the pace. Again, I'm really surprised these are not a Champions League team, so yeah, it's going to be a good exciting game, I would imagine, this one. And again, we're not going to comment on whether we're going to go through or not, because honestly I don't know. And for some weird reason, as competitive as I am, it makes me very happy to say that I don't know, because it is nice to be tested. And of course, if we are going to go through and do anything, we do need to avoid the distractions. So that is the press conference over, guys. That is going to be the episode over. So thanks once again for your time. I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.